Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including cord cutting is getting more expensive. We'll tell you which streaming service is going up this time, but what you get for that higher price. Also, Amazon had their big event yesterday for hardware. They announced new Fire TVs, new Echoes, and more, along with a new OS for Fire TVs. We'll break that down. And Fubo gets permission to merge with Hulu from its investors, stock owners. We'll tell you about these stories and a whole lot more in a quick minute. If you want to learn more about any of these stories, and there's a lot to talk about, check out the show notes and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here and you like what we do, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right, let's dive into it. Philo, the live TV streaming service, is raising its price to $33 a month. But you're going to soon get free HBO Max and Discovery Plus in a partnership with Warner Bros. Discovery. Sadly, price hike, some free content there, not a bad deal. Now, one catch, they are the ad-supported versions of these two services. No word yet on the ability to upgrade. This joins a growing number of streaming services raising its prices, and a growing number of cable TV companies doing the same thing. We'll keep an eye on it, but we got a story at the end of this video talking about how a growing number of cord cutters are cutting back on the number of services they pay for, and that number is falling. How many services people pay for on average? Wait until the end there, but with this happening, it doesn't surprise me. Increasingly, a lot of people are looking at services like Philo and asking, do I really need that? I think this rush to try to bundle everything together, because their hope is you'll subscribe to them if you get more benefit, I think it's rather short-sighted. Ultimately, a lot of cord cutters are looking at this by the price. All right, next up, Amazon had their big hardware event yesterday. The biggest story for cord cutters is two things. First of all, a new Fire TV stick, the Fire TV Stick 4K Select. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know I mentioned that if they were going to update it, that's the Fire TV Stick 4K was the one I thought they were going to update the most. What's happening? And there's a few catches here that make me say maybe still spend the few extra bucks for the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Now, starting off with the fact that this does start at a price point of $39.99. These seem to always be on sale. You can get it bundled with a Pro remote, the upgrade, more powerful remote, for $64.99 also. Now, it does only have like a gig of RAM, only Wi-Fi 5, not 6. Overall, the specs are just not that impressive compared to what you get for a few extra bucks with the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Spend the extra 15, 20 bucks, whatever it is, 20, 25 bucks, and get the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. It's a much better stick out there. But this isn't a bad one at all, especially when it goes on sale. Now, if you get this for like 30 bucks, 20 some bucks, this is a pretty nice streaming player for that price point. One of the biggest changes here, though, is that the OS on it will be running their new Vega OS. Currently, Fire TVs run Android. This is a skin over a Android operating system with it. This new one will run on the Vega operating system and also come with Alexa Plus built into it. Now, that means a lot more voice search commands with this, and they're also launching recapable games and shows where you can ask Alexa to give you a 3-minute recap of a game, starting with Major League Baseball, rolling out to other sports, and they say soon rolling out to television shows. So maybe you missed an episode, not sure you want to watch it, you can ask for a quick recap, and in 3 minutes they'll recap the entire TV episode you missed through it. That's not going to roll out immediately, it'll roll out in the future. Now, Amazon also rolled out some new smart TVs. There is one correction to our original story. Our original story just talked about the new OS coming to Fire TVs. Amazon reached out and clarified that the new Fire TV OS will come out in the new Fire TV Stick, but the smart TVs with the built-in Fire TV will continue to run the current version of Fire TV OS that we know and love for now. Now, this will probably mean some apps may not work on it. We'll wait and see. The device will come out in October. Pre-orders are now live for the Fire TV Stick 4K Select. And I'll have full review as soon as we get our hands on it. But just keep in mind, though, like I said, the new OS is coming to the sticks. The new TVs are coming later on in November. Do not run the new Amazon Fire TV OS with that. Next up, though, we got a lot of quick things from Amazon we'll race through. Amazon is also launching new Echo Show 8s and Echo Show 11s. These are really nice little players, by the way. They play a lot of different streaming apps with that. You also get some new Echo speakers with this. They'll be coming out in November and October with these. Pretty nice lineup. If you're looking for some new Echoes, you may want to wait. These seem to be a better improvement compared to some of the other ones that came out. Amazon's also expanding the number of people that get the new Alexa Plus. I got it this week. I'm testing it out. I like it a lot. There's things I don't like. I'll have a video after I've played around with it for about a week, going over the pros and cons. But Amazon's new powerful speech assistant, Alexa Plus, is rolling out to more devices too, not just Echo Shows, but standard Echoes also with that. One complaint though, don't like the new voice options. I like the older Alexa voice better. Amazon also announced some changes for its Prime Sports with new Multiview features, live stats, and more coming to the Prime Video app, so that when you stream sports through it, remember NBA games are coming this year, you got NFL games and more coming to Prime Video. You'll be able to multi-view it and do different things with it. Also, switching topics away from everything Amazon announced, it was a lot, I told you. Fubo announced that shareholders have approved the Hulu Plus Live TV merger. Now, a lot still has to happen. This is not final, but it is a big step in the right direction that Fubo now has stockholders' approval to merge with Hulu Plus Live. Exact details on how that will work is still not publicly disclosed, but the short end of what's been announced is that basically a third company is going to be created. Disney's going to invest a bunch of money into it. And put Hulu Plus Live, not Hulu On Demand. I still see people claiming that Hulu On Demand will be merging here. It's just the live TV service. And Fubo into this new company. Disney will control the majority of it. Fubo will control the minority. But Fubo's leadership will take over supervising that. Now, it's only for Hulu Plus Live, not the ESPN streaming services, not Disney Plus, not Hulu Plus Live. Exact details on how this all work is unknown. Expected to close as soon as this year still, or early next year. We'll keep a close eye on it, but that's what we know right now. Today in TV history, got a big one. 65 years ago this week, the Flintstones premiered. Was a groundbreaking show at this time, and this Flintstones is now 65 years old. Also, Pluto TV is adding more new channels. Now, Pluto TV, Paramount, has been really growing recently under the new leadership. They have not slowed down their efforts to invest in Pluto TV, so we'll keep an eye on this. But a bunch of BET channels, including BET Comedy Movies, BET Cinema, BET Throwbacks, BET Classics, BET Christmas Movies, and more are all coming. Full link in the show notes. I always find some of these interesting. You know, when I hear BET Throwbacks and BET Classics, I kind of think they're the same thing, but they're two different channels with this. This comes as Paramount continues to invest in Pluto TV. It's reported, though, some other big changes are coming. Pluto TV and Paramount will reportedly both get app upgrades, and they'll be running under the same app software. And it's reported that years in the future, but the ultimate vision for the two is to see Pluto TV content start appearing inside Paramount Plus. So if you're a Paramount Plus app, you may suddenly find a bunch of free channels from Pluto TV streaming in there. Not necessarily new. What's new here is they intend to do a lot more of that, get more content from Pluto TV into Paramount Plus. When that will happen, how that will happen, we'll wait and see, but that's what's been reported. All right, next up, if you're a Mint Mobile customer, you may be able to get a 5G home internet plan. Mint Mobile has announced through a new commercial on Jimmy Kimmel Live that it's going to start launching new 5G home internet. This comes as T-Mobile's buying them. And it'll be powered by T-Mobile. It'll basically be the T-Mobile 5G home internet prepaid with this. Now, you can prepay on this and get up to a 50% discount on an annual plan. If you want to learn more about this, I know a lot of people here use 5G home internet, are very happy with it. Check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment to learn more about it. Speaking of 5G and home internet more, the FCC is trying to speed up the deployment of and improvements to 5G wireless and the upcoming 6G standard. This comes as increasingly wireless service is no longer just about surfing on your phone or making phone calls. It's increasingly about home internet and other uses. The FCC is voting to accelerate infrastructure build-out to help companies expand their wireless networks, bringing 5G home internet and just 5G to more places, and help lay the groundwork for a new 6G network that could make wireless home internet even better. Also today, Tubi announced that they're going to stream another NFL game. Now, they have streamed the Super Bowl in the past. Now they're going to do a regular season game. And this will be the Thanksgiving Day game, the John Madden Thanksgiving Classic, where we will see a bunch of the Lions play. I forget who it was, but they will be coming to Tubi, streaming there with that. Also, Disney has announced The Simpsons is going to finally get that second movie we've long heard about. The Simpsons is now coming in 2027 to theaters once again. Details are thin. Disney did announce it's happening. That's about all we know right now, though. We'll watch it. This start of October does mean the demise of something that probably a lot of us fondly remember, because I know it's how I first connected to the internet. AOL dial-up has come to an end. Many people may be surprised to find out it was still operating. But yeah, especially in parts of rural America, dial-up was still widely used. And now, though, it is going away. AOL has shut down effective September 30th. It is no more. And this comes as Starlink and other wireless options have really eaten into that market. Because in the past, where AOL's dial-up may be your only option, no longer. This also comes as increasingly copper networks are shutting down and DSL is shutting down in favor of fiber and wireless options for it. But AOL was my first way I connected to the internet back in the day. Now it's a thing of the past. And I hinted at this story earlier, but we surveyed over 1,000 of you and got about how many services you pay for. And increasingly, that number's falling. More and more often, people are paying for 3 or fewer streaming services. It used to be 4 or fewer. Now it's 3 or fewer, with 54.7% of you saying you pay for 3 or fewer. And that's up from 51.7% earlier this year. Now, if you can jump that to 4 or fewer, the number of people who pay for those skyrockets, with over 70% of you saying you're paying for 4 or fewer. And 83.4% of you say you pay for 5 or fewer streaming services. You always see these funny lists out there, people saying, look, it costs more than cable. Look, I have to subscribe to 20 streaming services or 10. Well, let's just be honest. The majority of cord cutters do not pay for that many streaming services. More importantly, though, this survey shows us that they're paying for fewer and fewer streaming services, and they're leaning on more free stuff. The Roku channel, Tubi, Pluto TV, and many, many others are seeming to be the big winners here, as people are embracing ad-supported streaming, going to cheaper options, cheaper ad streaming plans, and more. All right, have you cut back recently? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you on that. Hey, it's October, final quarter of 2025. It's hard to believe we're well into the fall of 2025, but huge thank you. August and September have been some of the best months we've had in a while. Millions of people came to the site both months, and I really do appreciate it. Millions and millions of views from you, people just like you, coming to our website, supporting us. We're very thankful. The YouTube channel has also done very well, over 1 million views once again. We're really thankful for your support here at Cord Cutters News. Not only for myself, but there's 4 other full-time employees here at Cord Cutters News. Or, well, 3 full-time and 1 part-time with that, just to be exact. But for 5 people here, you help make this all possible, that this is our career to hopefully help you break free from the high cost of TV. Thank you for support. If you're new here and you like what we do, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up, doing one or both. That's YouTube. No, you enjoy what we do here. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.